Welcome to Church to Chat, guys. Hi. This is the International School of Communications. I'm Melissa Ortiz.
And I'm Josh Canoy.
And today we have Charles Ellsworth.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Hi. How's your day going?
It's going well so far.
How's your morning?
It's a good morning. It's kind of nice because I don't have to go to work right away because normally I'm at work right now.
What time do you usually start work?
7:30.
7:30?
Yep, and we have to take full hour lunches, so it's 7:30 to 4:30. I really miss being off at 3.
Really? What do you do at your new job?
I'm an accounts payable technician, so I spend most of my day working on invoices, processing credit card payments. Very dry, and it's a never-ending cycle of paperwork to work on.
That sounds boring.
Yeah.
So,
Compared to ISC.
what is the difference between your old job and your new job?
New job, I sit at a cubicle pretty much all day long, and again, it's just working through invoices, going through credit card statements, taking phone calls, checking bank accounts for the district. It's very dry in one place all day long, except for when you want to get up and take a walk, or you need to get mail. Contrast that to the ISC, where there was always something going on, whether it was movies going on in the building, questions from the kids, you guys asking for help. It made the day go by a whole lot faster, and it was a lot more entertaining here.
So would you say you like working here more?
Yes.
ISC is very lit all the time. I think life should always be lit.
Do you think it's ISC specifically, or would you work at any other high school?
I've worked in other high schools before, because initially when I started, I was working with capital projects, and the person I worked with was out of biomed. And I liked the feel. I enjoyed my time here in ISC. I got to know the students, I got to know the staff, and I couldn't see myself working in any other building other than ISC.
So how was altering from working at such a very very crazy environment compared to where you are now?
It was really hard at first because, again, being here, things go by so fast because there's so much going on all day, to a job where it's just very quiet. The first few days drug on, but it made a little mantra for myself: more money, vacation, more money, vacation. And that makes the new job go by a lot easier.
Well, so it's making you succeed more, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's your thing. So, but has your job given you more opportunities now?
I don't know yet. I know that saying that I'm an accounts payable technician is a lot more marketable than just saying I'm a high school secretary. So I think that it will in the long run, but as of yet, I haven't really done or learned anything that's new or invaluable moving forward with my profession.
So, at your current job, do you deal with a lot of people, or are you just by yourself in that cubicle all day?
90% of the time by myself in the cubicle all day. On occasion, you ask questions of your coworkers, or coworkers ask questions of you. Well, like I said, you go check the mail, but other than that, it's all day, every day, invoices.
Okay.
What kind of people do you have to deal with at work?
Again, for the most part, it's just coworkers. I'm one part of the accounts payable department. My counterpart, I work with her, and then our supervisor. Outside of that, it's a very small group. There aren't a whole lot of people. If you add in our finance department with payroll, there's maybe, I think, 10, 12 people. So even when comparing that to ISC, there are more teachers here than there are coworkers where I'm at now.
Yeah, that's very true. There's a lot of people here.
So, is there like a certain goal that you're trying to reach at your job? Like, say, like you would get a promotion or something like that?
There's not a specific goal. It isn't like I don't want to become the finance manager for the district and replace Mr. Baker or anything like that. But my goal personally is just to continue to move up professionally. You should never be satisfied that you've made it so far with a job. Always strive to better yourself. And again, back for the same reason that I left here, my goal is to buy a house and have, be able to make a pay for a family moving forward. And even though I've made it to that point, that's just the very bottom of where I want to be, so I want to keep moving forward.
I agree.
So do you think working in the school district makes you more a part of the community?
In my current position, not really, because again, it's a very small group that I work with, and then not a lot of community involvement. working my time here, I felt that I was more part of the community because I'm interacting and engaging with students and families as they come through the door or they call in.
I, never mind.
Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just thinking.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any hobbies? What do you do besides work?
Or when you're not at work?
Life is very busy. Usually I'm at work until 4:30. I go straight to the gym after that, and I'm there until 5:30 or 6. Go home, make food, and then next thing you know, it's time to take a shower and call bed. If I'm got any free time, on occasion there's some video games. For Christmas, my girlfriend got me an Xbox One, so I beat Halo in the first few days. Beyond that, I'm a computer geek, so I like working on and building computers or refurbishing old ones that are broken. So I look for things on Craigslist that are dirt cheap, turn around, buy them, and fix them up, sell them for a profit.
So, do you think that could become one of your like passions, is to like work on older
I wouldn't mind
machinery
moving
like that?
in towards like an IT position. However, on a professional level, I don't have any certifications for IT. I'm all self-taught, which is a hindrance when you're trying to apply for an IT job because they all want, either a degree or previous business experience. And again, being self-taught, I don't have any of that. If I could manage to get in with an IT department somewhere doing things like that, I would love it because I like doing it. I like problem solving. I can get lost in it for hours, trading out parts and trying to figure out what the issue is.
So how was your winter break?
One downside to my new position is that I don't really get a winter break. You guys got the 2 weeks off. I worked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I did have off Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then the next week I had to work the Monday. And then luckily, because I'm a 260-day employee, and with the leap year, there's 262 days, so I did get off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday last week. It was a good break. I enjoyed the holidays. I got to spend it with family and friends, so that was really nice. Kind of missed having the full 2 weeks off,
Yeah.
but again, that's a trade-off. I get vacation now that I can use whenever I want, so that's a plus.
Does your job give you the opportunity to travel or do anything like that?
Not really. I would love a job that gave me the opportunity to travel. The most traveling I do right now is for trainings. I went down to Renton when I first started the job. I'll be going down to Olympia in February for some more training. But beyond that, nothing really exciting. They're not flying me to Texas or over to New York or anything.
So, how often do you go and do training like that?
Being that there's not a whole lot of trainings that involve exactly what I do, not very often. I did one regarding ASB when I first started. I'm doing one in February. There's really only one other class designed for my position for me to take after this, and beyond that it'll be whatever my supervisors allow me to take for personal professional development.
Right. And we'll be right back with our first segment. Hey Celine, do you want to go to skiing with me and my family?
Yeah, I can't. I'm actually allergic to the snow, but thanks for inviting me.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll see you next spring. Hey James. Do you think you can help me with my homework?
Sorry, I'm allergic to helping.
It's fine. I guess I could just do it myself. Hey Logan. Want to hang out with me at lunch today?
No, I have a pre-algebraic test to take today.
Oh, okay. I'll see you then. Hey, a group of my friends are wondering if we can go hiking with us.
Oh no, I'm kind of allergic to the outdoors.
Okay, I'm just so tired of people being so sarcastic around here.
Whatever. wasn't being sarcastic.
Welcome back to Charter Chat. I'm Melissa Ortiz,
And I'm Josh Canoy.
and today we have Charles Ellsworth. And recently we talked about winter break and the stuff you did. I think. So,
Yes.
what other passions do you like to do besides, working with district?
So, like I said, biggest passion for me personally is travel, and in part that was one of the reasons I took the new position, was to get the time to travel when I want. Girlfriend started a new job, and on a whim back in October, and worked out with my boss, and we flew down to Cancun for a week.
So how was that?
It was a blast. She's a Washingtonian. She was born and raised up here, so she likes the cold weather. So she was dying the whole time. But I was born in Florida and spent most of my childhood in Texas, so I love the heat. I was sitting there in shorts and a tank top, enjoying the sun every day. Got a little burnt, but it was a blast for me. And we got a chance. Her and I are both certified scuba divers. And down in Cancun, they actually have an area called an underwater museum, where they submerged a lot of different structures. Some of them are statues, others are just geometric shapes with holes in them. But the design, or the thought, was to start a coral reef. And while down there, we took some time and scuba dived down around that area, and it was really nice.
So since you do like to travel at work, do you want to go? Like, is there any specific places?
Places that I want to go that I haven't been yet is Australia is on the list, as well as New Zealand. I'm trying to work it out, but I don't know if I'll get over to either China or Japan later this year. Places that I want to go back to that I've already been. I loved Italy when I was there, and I would love to go back to Italy. If somebody else said, "Charles, we'll send you to Italy, do you want to go?" I'd jump up and down for joy, because I enjoyed my time when I was there.
I've never even been out of the state.
You should get out more.
Well, see, that's okay though, because you're still young.
Yeah.
And a lot of my traveling has been after college.
I can't recall.
So, while you were out of the country, do you have a job over there, or nothing like that?
Nope, it was all vacation.
It was all vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Since you like the hot weather, would you consider finding a new job in a different state, which had say you move back to Florida, or if you move back to Texas?
If I was single and could get a job down there, I would probably jump ship in a heartbeat, because I love the warmer weather. And even with Texas, a lot of my dad's family and my dad all live down there. So I'd love to get back down there for that warmer weather. But again, my girlfriend hates it. So I'm not leaving anytime soon, but I keep kind of trying to wear her down on the idea of moving someplace a little warmer, and slowly we're getting there. It's been about 8 years of work, but we're getting there slowly.
That's it.
So originally, when you were younger, what was your dream job? What would you always want to be?
Oh, this is, I guess how young? Because, everybody, we all have dreams of everything we want to be.
Well, how many dream jobs did you want?
Well, growing up, I played, all 4 sports. I did baseball, basketball, soccer, football. I did that up through high school, and my parents always thought I should go pro on one of them. But I was always really good at a lot of things and never super good at any one thing, so I never really thought I could go very far with any one of the sports.
Okay.
Beyond that, we all have the little dreams, firefighter. I liked the WWF or WWE wrestling growing up, so I was like, I could be a professional wrestler someday, like Hulk Hogan.
Cena.
Yep, John Cena.
John Cena.
You can't see me.
That'd be a crazy life. So, talking about jobs again, why exactly did you switch from your old job to this new job? Because of the money?
Yeah, again, the goal is to move up professionally, and I had plateaued where I was at while here in ISC. There was no place else for me to go up within the building unless either A, I went and got a teaching cert, a CTE, similar to Mr. Christopher, or if I got a full teaching cert and then pursued something like the admin, like Mr. Stevenson or Ms. Heckerberg.
And you didn't want to pursue that?
I've seen the amount of work that they have to do, and it's been very off-putting.
Yeah.
I've got friends that are teachers, and they love it, but they also admit that nowadays all of the hoops you have to jump through, it makes the job less enjoyable than what it used to be. And even a lot of the teachers you talk to in ISC can acknowledge that all of the mandates they have to do, all of the little I's they have to dot and T's they have to cross now, detract from the joy of what the job used to be. So I've thought about teaching, but never quite won me over with what I know now. And so, again, just the goal is to move up professionally, get more money, be able to buy a house, and so that's what led to the transition over.
So, although your new job is, let's say, much boring
Yeah, we can
than
call
what
it
it
boring.
used to be, you're, I guess, like, you're happy about it because you've moved up professionally,
Yeah,
even though the environment's totally different from what you're used to.
it's a bittersweet thing. Again, being
Yeah.
here, I love my time at ISC, and if I could make the money I make now and come back here, I'd be back here. I'd sign up in a heartbeat to come back because I love the building and I love you guys and I love the staff. But that just isn't the way the cards are dealt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I hate school so much. I don't understand how you can grow up and work out.
School,
I don't understand how you could do it. I hate school so much.
school's not that bad. And one thing,
Waking up. If
Did you enjoy
if I
your
had,
high school?
If I didn't have to wake up at the crack of dawn every day, I'd probably like school.
well, I'll answer this in two parts. So first off, yeah, I did like high school. I guess in part thanks to my parents because they ingrained that getting up early, unfortunately, you're going to have to get up for a job no matter what your job is unless someday you become infinitely wealthy because you design something, sell something. But no, I was always the nerdy kid in high school. I played sports, but I was like this weird hybrid between super nerd and kind of athletic guy. So I always fit in with the jockey crowd, the nerdy crowd. And I loved high school throughout it. It was a bit of a change. I moved here halfway through my sophomore year. And of course, different cliques, people dress differently here, they talk differently. So I kind of find myself as a social outcast when I first moved here my sophomore year. That took some time to get through. But again, I graduated from MP in 2002, and I love my time when I was there. And yes, school does stink. Nobody likes to get up early, but that's just life.
I just
You know.
don't like getting up. I just like sleeping.
Well, you can't sleep all day. That doesn't pay the bills.
I sleep all day.
Well, we'd all love to sleep all day, but we can't. Gotta be positive.
Well, let's see. Are you really satisfied with your job?
Like I said, it's a bittersweet thing. I don't hate the new job. It isn't like, oh, I hate coming here every day. It's just very boring. It's dry. It's slow compared to being in this environment. So because I make more money and I get vacation to use when I want, and those things those are things that are important to me, I think in that aspect I'm satisfied. But again, it's not as engaging. So that part's it's a bit of a detraction.
So is your girlfriend happy with the new job you have now?
I think so. It's really rough for her and I because she works nights at Swedish in the ER, so we pass each
really?
other. But she is happy, and it's letting her and I look towards buying a house. We put in an offer on a place back before New Year's, and so we're waiting to hear back on that.
Good.
All right. Well, we'll be right back with our next segment.
Okay, class. Tonight you're going to create a story. Make sure it's 1 to 2 pages long.
How's the essay going?
I can't think of anything.
Well, just write what you know. Good luck, okay?
Done.
feel like I've read this before.
That's because it's the same Cinderella story.
Well, you were supposed to write your own.
Oh, well, someone told me to write what I know.
Welcome back to Charter Chat. I'm Melissa Ortiz.
And I'm Josh Kanoy.
And today we have Charles Ellsworth.
So, Charles, who is your favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero? Can I go with an anti-hero?
Okay.
Okay, Marvel geek here, grew up reading comic books, so if you know him, great. If not, Venom.
Venom.
You know, he starts off as a villain in the Spider-Man series, but then he becomes an anti-hero. And the idea of having that symbiote, which increases not only your strength, but can change clothes for you, heal you,
So, how long have you been into that kind of stuff?
Since I was a little kid. My dad used to take me to the local comic book store and growing up, and so we'd get comics together. We'd collect comic cards.
So, do you still have collectibles of your own right now?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm still a big kid.
I have a collectible of a World of Warcraft character. Do you know what that game is?
I do.
It's horrible. Actually,
So,
it's not. It's addicting.
What kind of games do you like to play? So let's say either on PC or on your Xbox.
Okay, so video games.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if you ever get bored and you want to play a card game with a bunch of friends, it's a horrible game. The Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
a great game.
It's horrible, but
Monopoly
awesome.
It's horrible,
destroys
but-
families.
It does, because I never when I play Monopoly, I don't let anybody get one. I buy one card from every lot, and then everybody gets upset with me because I don't let them get Monopolies on anything, and the game goes on forever. But back to your video games. Madden, big fan of Madden. Like I said, I used to watch WWE wrestling and WWF wrestling growing up. So on occasion, I'll buy one of their newer games. Into the Halo series, I've played every game from the first all the way up through 5, and I'm kind of looking forward to see what they do with 6. Assassin's Creed, I love the Assassin's Creed series.
Yeah.
Heard they're going to delay the game this year while they release the movie. So I'm hoping whatever they come out with next year is going to be a better title than the last few, because they've kind of gotten them into a lull, in my opinion.
I like Fallout 4. I just got the game.
I don't have a PS4 yet to play it. I did get the Xbox One, but I haven't bought Fallout 4 yet.
And I think I used to play Gears of War a lot when I was younger with my dad.
Have you ever played Mortal Kombat?
Of course.
That's my favorite.
Played it old school Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
No, I kick it old school and I go with the GameCube and I get Mario Kart.
Well, see, but that's because Mario Kart on the GameCube is a game that you can play forever.
And Super Smash Brothers.
Exactly. You get together a group of friends, hours of entertainment right there.
I've had the same GameCube since I was 5. I still have it.
So, did you have a role model while you were growing up?
It's kind of cliche, maybe a little corny, but my parents were always my role model. My dad spent 22 years in the Navy and, spent hours every day. And when you're in the military, there is no set work schedule. It's not an 8 to 4 job. It's you go into work when you're told to go into work, and you work until your boss says you can go home. So watching him as I grew up, it helped instill a work ethic in me, which sometimes might be a little detrimental because maybe I work when I shouldn't. But just the amount of work that he put into it, and then being Navy, gone on the deployments for months at a time. And on the flip side, my mom was always able to hold down the house, always had food ready. Showed me what it meant to be the second half of a relationship, and showed me the kind of person that I want to be moving forward. I want to make sure that wife and kids, that I'm that person that can be there for them for everything, even if they need to be away. The kids get to the point of college and they go away, or maybe my wife has a job where she travels, kind of thing.
So, did you ever consider joining the military?
I did, and I actually even applied. Passed the officer's qualifying test for the Air Force. I was just a few points shy of getting a pilot score. However, I have sleep apnea, and when I applied, it was at the downturn of the economy, and so they were able to be choosy. They could pick and choose who they wanted with it, and so they medically disqualified me because of my sleep apnea, which really kind of sucked.
I stay up all the time until like 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if it's because I have insomnia or if it's just because I'm crazy.
Well, I don't think you're crazy.
I think I'm crazy. I got told I was a very mean person the other day. By my mom, though, so I understand.
I don't think you're mean. Your sarcasm can be a little dry sometimes.
Yeah. Or when people say I'm funny, I don't think I'm funny. I think I'm just mean.
So, did your parents ever wanted you to go to school for a certain job, or did they just let you
Yeah.
study for whatever you want?
Throughout high school and college, they never really pushed me in any one direction. It's always kind of just a pick and choose what you want to do. I know that they secretly kind of hoped I would have gone in the military after high school, but at that time I didn't have any desire to. So high school, college, it was after college that I decided I wanted to go in for it, and when everything happened with the Air Force. They always just encouraged me to do what I wanted to do. When I was in high school, I did Running Start and kind of fell in love with graphic design and 3D design at that time, and that followed that through from Running Start after high school into my college, and my BA is actually in graphic design with a focus in computer animation.
Where'd you go to for college?
It's a small school that doesn't exist anymore up here. It was a satellite, Henry Cogswell College in Everett, located on Colby Ave. It was a satellite school, and unfortunately they closed the satellite. The main campus is down in California.
What did you want to? Did your parents like really motivate you to do sports and stuff when you were younger?
Trying to think back. No, I don't think there was ever any real push from them to do sports. It was always, a if you want to do it, do it. And sometimes that worked out, really well, and other times not so much. There was at one point, I was maybe 8th, 9th grade. My dad was one of my coaches for my team, and I play sports to have fun, not to win. And so at one point, the team ended up going to we have to win, this is all we really care about. And I walked out on the team. I was like, this isn't fun anymore. I'm not here to hate being at practice every day for 3 hours a day. I'm here to have fun. And so, like I said, they never really pushed me, but it caused some angst because my dad was one of my coaches at the time.
Oh,
So to
okay.
walk out on your team and your dad,
So was your dad? How did your dad feel about that?
He never really said anything to me, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't necessarily happy about it, especially being that he was one of the coaches. How does it look when your son kind of walks out on?
Yeah, I feel it though because my dad was my coach when I played soccer throughout elementary school and middle school, and then I quit when I got to high school because I was like, I don't care anymore.
Like I said, for me, sports are something to have fun. If you're not having fun playing the sport, then why do it?
Yeah.
I use that in life. If you don't like what you're doing, if you hate what you're doing every day, then find something new to do. If you hate your job, find a new job. If you don't like doing this or that, then find something else to do to replace it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, since a lot of your family's down in Texas, do you go and visit them a lot, or just often, or not?
Not as often as I'd like. I had kind of wanted to get my brother and go down to visit my dad back in December, and unfortunately that didn't kind of work out. He had started a new job. But I try to once every summer or every 2 years head on down there and spend some time with my dad and then visit the rest of my family.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you here today, Charles. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you guys.
Right. I'm Alyssa Ortiz.
I'm Josh Knoy.
And thank you for watching.
ISD rocks.
Yes.